Singapore's 15-year-olds have slipped to second place in what's dubbed the World Cup of Education. The country lost its top spot to China in reading, mathematics and science, the three subjects assessed in a global study of school systems called PISA. The study also revealed that students here have a greater fear of failure than their peers. Deborah Wong hits the streets to find out more.
I feel failure because I'm scared of getting compared with, because it's disheartening when you get a lower mark among your peers.
If you get good scores, people will determine you as like someone who is very great or very smart. But if you fail, that means you're a stupid person.
I don't fear failing, because I mostly think like failing is part of the way to like success.
The teachers usually emphasize on the process instead of like the end product. Even though that it may be a failure or setback, at the end of the day, it's still important that I learn something from it.
While students we spoke with expressed varying degrees of fear when it comes to failure, all of them agreed that there is value in it because it's part of the learning process and it spurs them to work hard. Now, this is part of several new markers used to assess students' perception of their learning environment. And it found that students here and in many countries in Asia are most afraid of failure, but in Europe, the least.
The triennial study, done by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development to measure students' performance and well-being, found that 7 in 10 students in Singapore are worried about what others think of them when they face setbacks, while almost 8 in 10 say failure makes them doubt their future. The survey also looks at what it calls a growth mindset, a trait that's crucial to lifelong learning. It found that 6 in 10 students here felt intelligence can be enhanced, lower than the OECD average. The Education Ministry says it will encourage students to develop more positive mindsets and noted upcoming reforms like scrapping secondary school streaming.
We can help more students to view such setbacks as a natural part of learning and growing, and to view them constructively and use them as opportunities for learning and growth.
But a child psychologist says parents also need to let their children make mistakes.
Children grow up without any problem, don't face any difficulties. I think they are weak to face a future challenge. But you don't protect him so that he has no failure at all, so he has no chance to learn.
In almost every school system studied, wealthier students were more likely to have growth mindsets, and they outperformed their peers from poorer households in countries, including Singapore. But lower-income students here still did better than the average OECD student, regardless of income levels, and MOE says it will continue to give them more support. More than 6,600 students in Singapore took part in the study, alongside their peers from almost 80 countries and economies. This year's assessment focused mainly on reading skills. Singapore turned in its best ever score for that, but came in second to China, which was represented by Beijing, Shanghai, Jiangsu and Zhejiang. Guangdong, not Zhejiang, represented China with the other 3 locations previously.